Naivety at 5, I still remember that early morning clearly. We were still living in our old, worn-down house. As a little child, I had fallen asleep in my parents' room like always. I don't recall what time it was when I suddenly woke up in the middle of the night. Nor do I remember why I got up at all. What I do remember is this. The moment I opened the door, hand still on the knob, I saw something or someone standing at the back door. It was a girl, or at least looked like one, wearing a long white dress. Her long black hair hung loosely over her shoulders. She stood still, directly in front of the door that led to our backyard. To paint a clearer picture, let me briefly describe the layout of our old house. Stepping out of my parents' room, you could directly see the door to the backyard. To the right of that door was the bathroom. Between the backyard and my parents' room was the dining area. The sink was tucked behind a wall that separated the dining area and the bathroom. To the left of my parents' room was the living room. That was the general layout of our old home. As I stood there, staring at that figure and wife, my mom was right there at the sink, doing the dishes like nothing was out of the ordinary. She didn't seem to notice the girl at all. At 5 years old, I had no concept of ghosts or spirits, no idea what visitors from the other side were. All I knew was that there was a girl in a white dress standing at our back door. I didn't understand why. I didn't scream or run. I simply turned and walked quietly into the living room. My dad was there, sitting on the sofa, watching TV. I climbed onto the couch beside him and fell asleep. Just like that. It wasn't until years later that I realized what I had seen that night. That white figure from my childhood memory wasn't just a girl thought it was a spirit. I told my family about it once I was old enough to understand what it might have been. I expected them to be shocked, but instead, they were only mildly surprised. My dad even explained, "You probably saw that because someone from the neighbor's family had just passed away back then. Maybe it was the 7th day after the funeral, you know, when the spirit comes home one last time. She might have just passed by our backyard on her way." Looking back, that moment was soaked in the innocence of childhood. I wasn't scared. I didn't even know should asterisk be scared. That's the purity of being 5. Seeing me unknowing with calm eyes, untouched by fear or superstition.